next concept that you need to learn is about hard and soft consonants. Let's say ka and ka. When you say the first two letters of any class or a varga like ka, there is a hard touch, and as you say, it comes from the front of the mouth and it looks a bit hard. These are called hard consonants or kara vyanjani, right? You now go to the third and fourth letter. You say gha. The reverberation of these is from the back of the throat and it is not as hard. It is softer. They are called soft consonants or mridu vyanjani. The hard consonants are also referred to as sard in English texts. It is also called or referred as agosha, swasa in Sanskrit text. That you must remember. The soft consonants are referred in English text as sonant, or it is called gosha or nada letters. Nada. So you should remember. So how do you identify hard consonant kara vyanjani and soft consonant mridu vyanjani? The first two letters of a class are hard consonant. Third and fourth letter are soft consonants, right? Now, then what happens to the nasal? The nasal letters of all the classes are always soft consonant. Okay? This you should remember always because this comes in lot of rules relating to sandhi. There is another way of looking at the consonants. When you say the first letter ka or you say as in cow guy, not much air is thrown out. You remember when the mouth is closed, tone is produced. When the mouth is open, air is produced. Now you try saying khana, kha, or you say gha, gridam. For that you say gha. When you say the second and the fourth letter, there is more air getting thrown out. So the first and third letter in which less air is thrown out and tonal sound is more significant, these are called alpa prana or non-aspirate. Whereas the second and the fourth letter, so the second and fourth letter, when you utter them, there is more air thrown out. They are called mahaprana or called aspirate, right? So this is one way of looking at the way how the end effect of throwing more air or producing more tone. This is a different type of classification. This is also critical to understanding some of the grammar rules as we go along. So what are nasal? Nasal are all soft consonant. That is, all nasal sounds are alpa prana. This you must remember. So if you summarize and you want to classify the letters, the first letter, like you say ka, cha, they are hard consonant but they are non-aspirate or alpa prana because they don't throw more air, right? Now, when you utter the second letter, you say ka or cha as in chandas. More air is thrown out. The second letters are always hard consonant and mahaprana, aspirate. So go to the third letter. Third letter reverberates from the bottom of the throat. Therefore, they are mridu vyanjani or soft consonants. In the third letter, when you say deva, right, you say gopa, not much air is thrown out. Therefore, they are non-aspirate or alpa prana. Now you go to the fourth letter and you say gridham, right, dhanam. More air is thrown out. So the fourth letter of all the varga is soft consonant but mahaprana. Then what happens to the nasal of all the classes? The fifth letter of all the varga is soft consonant as well as non-aspirate. That means they are all alpa prana and mridu vyanjani. This one should know, right? And keep it in mind always because they have got a relation to the way how the Sanskrit grammar works, and Sanskrit grammar works on sound and its vibration. So what comes after the 25 consonants? You have what is called a semi-vowel. Please note all the semi-vowels are soft consonants. They are all alpa prana or non-aspirate. So what are the letters? Like in many other English language, it is ya, ra, la, va. When you say ya, the contact point of the tongue is very similar to the contact point of the chavarga. So ya is chavarga in terms of the contact point or palatal. When you say ra, the contact point is very similar to the tavarga and it is more than in nature in terms of the contact point. or head. The tongue touches the teeth, la. Now va. Va, your lips almost touch, but since the sound comes from the center, it is the side of the lips that converge. Therefore, the contact points of ya, ra, la, va are very similar to the other consonants, but they are soft and alpa prana. Then what is the next class? There is something called Usman. Why they are called Usman? As you pronounce them, there is a sound that comes in at various hardness. They are sa as in Saraswati, or sha as in Shiva, or sha as in Pushpam. Because when you say sa, sha and sha, more air is thrown out. They are all Mahaprana. The sound emanates from the front of the mouth and reverberates heavily. Therefore, they are also hard consonants, or Kara Vyanjani. Right? For a learner in whose language all these three Ushmans are not represented, or somebody is using Tamil, they will find quite a bit of difficulty and may interchange the sounds of sa, sha and sha. Now, one Vedic scholar just made the difference, brought out the difference easily. When you say sa, as in Saraswati, it is dental. Sa, your tongue touches the lower part of the teeth in the lower jaw, and sa, the sound comes above your tongue. Now you want to say sha as in Shiva. Your touch point is same as in Chavarga, and when you touch and sha, Shiva, the air will come through the folded portion of your tongue. That is Shiva. Shiva. Now the third one, this is a Chavarga, this is a palatal. Now what happens to the Pushpam? Sha. Now your tongue touches the cave part. Sha. Pushpam. Sh. So you press, your touch point is above in the side of the cave. Pushpam. The air is forced and reverberates from the top and comes through the mouth also, but with a heavier ish. So this is Murdhan. This is Sha as in Pushpam. But while rendering certain mantras or slokas, if this all come close to each other, we should make a very clear difference. This is for the beginners. Say in Vishnu Sahasranama, when you say Vishwam Vishnur Vashatkaro, in Vishwam it is the Sha as in Shiva, which should reverberate from the place of Chavarga. Vishnur Vashatkaro is the hard one. This is a Murdhan, right? When the Sa, Sha, Sa comes closer to each other, please observe the sound reverberation and the letter and give correct timing. Don't try to rush it through, and utter it slowly and steadily before you pick up correct pronunciation. Speed will come wherever required depending on the practice. The letter Ha is treated as a separate varga called aspirate or shosmata, which means warmth and heat. So you have to treat it as a separate class. So if you remember, we talked about a point in Pratishakya. When the mouth is open, air is produced. Mouth is closed, tone is produced. In the intermittent stage, Ha is produced. So when you say Ha, the mouth is the bottom of the throat. The touch will be as if it is there but very light. Ha, right? In the bottommost part of the throat, there is a slight closure, but the throat looks as if it is opened or not. So it's in an intermediate kind of a state where Ha is produced. There is another letter which is La. This La may not find a place in classical Sanskrit text. It is the harder form of La. Now it is La, which is coming from the back of the mouth. Now, when we looked at the Sanskrit text, we say normally Agnimile Prohidam Lale comes. This La is there in Tamil and some Malayalam and some other languages, and the La is used a bit light in Marathi. Now, when we looked at an old book, the Agni Mile was written as Agni Mide Prohidam. So, before the current set of texts where La got recognized, there was no La, it was most Da. But we could find a place in the one of the Jada Darpanam or Jadamani. They have very clearly said wherever the Da is there, La can be used. Maybe this is something that is applicable to the southern part of India. But if I go to any Sanskrit lessons, many of the sites or texts never show the La as a letter. In Tamil and Malayalam, there is a letter by name Ra. It's like saying Tamil, Kozhikodu, Palam. According to our knowledge, because most of us are from the southern part of India, this ra is not there in any of the other Indian languages as much as in Sanskrit. Sanskrit doesn't have a ra. Also in Tamil, there is a second ra. This ra is a bit harder. So this is not found in Sanskrit. So if you are studying Vedas through your vernacular language, there may be special sound letters that are available in your language, but that is not in Sanskrit, right? So for the pronunciation and the utterance and stress, try to follow your guru and try to go by more generic Sanskrit pronunciation, though it may be very difficult for you to leave the stress that is given or the practice that has come into you because of reciting or studying your mother tongue for quite some time, but this can be managed and do not make a major issue. Right? So we have had one correct introduction and a full coverage of the consonants. So let us continue with consonants in the next part and also introduce you to more concepts that come with the letters. Thank you.